warm welcome to this India Today special broadcast, coming to you from Bengaluru, from the brand new Sanidhi Ashram. Behind me is the beautiful Adi Yogi, just about an hour away from Bengaluru city. I've landed straight here from Ayodhya to have a very special conversation with Sadhguru. Namaskaram, Sadhguru. Wonderful to have you here with us. Thank you for having us in your beautiful ashram here in Bengaluru.
You're looking like a proper Telugu, huh?
I was hoping you'd say that I look more like I'm from Ayodhya. But thank you. I can see that a lot of eager devotees are here, hoping to also get a chance to interact with you. But Sadhguru, tell me, and since we have this special broadcast running up to the consecration of Ram Mandir, I know you have your own consecration ceremony that's going to happen here also.
That is tomorrow.
What is a consecration ceremony, Sadhguru?
See, if you convert mud into food, we call it agriculture. If you make food into flesh and bone, we call it digestion and assimilation. If we make this again mud, we usually call it cremation or whatever. But if you transform this flesh and blood into a divine possibility, we call this consecration. The easiest material to consecrate is the human system. But because we have this one here, if I consecrate you today, by tomorrow morning you might have made a U-turn. So we choose other material to consecrate, which will last for a long period of time. But among all the materials, see, we have to look at it this way. Who we are right now is a consequence of all the material that's here. The food that we've eaten, everything. The soil itself has become like this. So you could have made a mud pot out of it, but now we've made a human being out of it. So this is just evolution of the same thing to different levels. So if this becomes a divine possibility, if you become a Maryada Stri, like Maryada Purush, then we say you are a consecrated being. Consecration, whether somebody helped you from outside or you yourself made yourself like that, is up to you. But now, making a human being like that, yes, we have many consecrated human beings, they are like walking temples. But still, there are issues. People need a place where they can sit and experience that. So for that we consecrate, we choose certain materials. Generally solidified mercury is the best in terms of doing that.
Okay.
Other five metal things are done, certain type of stone is used. Any material which can hold for a period of, we usually say it's eternal, but it's eternal in the context of the span of human life. If you say human life is 100 years, if something is 10,000 years, then in our experience it's eternal. Nothing is really eternal, but we say it is eternal because in our experience 10,000 years is…
So what makes a consecration divine? Can I tomorrow turn around and say, that I want to hold a consecration ceremony? Is it as simple as that?
See, it is not… See, there are many ways to consecrate. One thing is there are processes, that is using mantras and methods, you can consecrate a substance. But if you consecrate a deity or a form through mantras and ritualistic processes, you will have to maintain that ritual, otherwise slowly the deity will start receding. So this is why always they told you, in your home if you bring a deity, daily puja must happen. It has to happen, because then otherwise it'll become receding energy. Receding energy can be harmful. So that is why once you establish a deity, no matter what, it must go on. These 500 years, whatever happened, they somehow kept at least a little ritual going, all right?
Yes.
Somehow kept it going.
Exactly.
Because they want the deity to be alive. That's an important part. But if you do Prana Pratishta, generally ritualistic maintenance is not needed. It doesn't need your care. It is alive by itself.
Okay, so that's the difference. That's what Prana Pratishta is, because we're using those two words a lot in India today and everywhere, and I'm not sure everyone understands what a Prana Pratishta is.
See,
is it a rebirth?
Right now, every sound has a reverberation. If you use the right kind of sounds, we say we are uttering mantras, geometrically correct. So with this, if I consecrate a substance, then that reverb should be going on for it to stay that way. But Prana Pratishta means our own life energies we are using, or we are also using other kind of processes to put that energy into a form. So once that happens, its maintenance is very minimal, almost nothing. For example, the Dhyana Linga, you've been there,
Yes.
It needs no maintenance, it's simply there.
Okay.
It does not need any maintenance. But that is hard. That's hard on our lives.
So why do you think they've chosen a Prana Pratishta for the Ram Mandir?
Because the idea is it should last forever.
And when you look at the structure, the architecture of the Ram Mandir, there's a lot of talk about there being a lot of science behind the building, about a lot of thought into how the construction has happened. What do you think about it, Sadhguru?
See, when we say science, if you think architecture is a certain kind of science, because the forms and the shapes around… that is around us has an impact on who we are, how we are.
Sure.
So creating those forms in such a way, it creates the right kind of energy. And if you create an energetic space, especially if you're doing Pratishta, what kind of substance is around that? Let us say we do Pratishta and create a plastic temple. It won't have the same thing. That is why we use solid blocks. See, you see, all these foundations are… these rocks are minimum 25 to 40 tons, each one of them. So because it is not standing there because of mortar and binding, it is standing there on self-weight. So our thing is, when I build anything considering considered a temple, I'm looking at how it will last a minimum of 5,000 years. So the foundation is all sand bed.
Okay.
Because it's seismologically sensitive areas, we put sand bed and these solid stones. This won't shake no matter what happens. Whatever happens, that will be intact. It's all right if a house falls down, we don't care. But we want the temple to stand. This is our way of living.